Just let me know. Why is it saying that you should though? Okay, let me put on my headphones and let's see. How about now? It's been a while. Yeah. But it's so weird because even though my phone is plugged in, I'm hearing my head and my headphones are out loud. It's so weird. But we're gonna bring on Tiffany. As long as y'all can hear me.
Hey, yo.
Tiffany got fan.
I got who?
All right, it stopped. I think you have a fan on, but it
Oh,
stopped
yeah.
now.
They just turned it.
Oh. Hi, everybody. So you guys can see and hear both of us really, really well. Oh, so I could just take these off then since I'm not. Tiffany, say something.
You can hear me?
Okay, I'm gonna take these off even though they're plugged in. We heard you before you plugged in the headphones. Really? Okay. So, hi guys. It's been probably
A month, maybe?
two. No, I think two.
Really?
I think because December I kind of stopped like mid-December and is now mid-February.
That's true.
So it's been like 2 months. How's everybody doing? I want everybody to like up the live, drop some pink hearts. We need some pink in here. Drop some pink
And look, we
hearts.
both wearing pink.
Yes. Like up the live. Because we have a lot to talk about today. Hopefully it's not too dark. I didn't put my studio lights on. I ain't put no makeup on. We just chilling today. We just gonna talk about y'all know what. So we have Tiffany here today again. Tiffany was on the first live show that I did, and she's back again today. This was so short notice, so thanks, Tiffany, for actually coming on because this was so short notice. But so, can we get to the nitty gritty? Oh, I love all the pink cards. Let me do a boomerang. That is so cute. And post that we live.
Oh, let me do it.
I don't have on Fendi. Hey Tattie, I live in Europe. I love you. I'm glad this girl got fired. That was very mischievous of her. Okay, we're gonna get to opinions in a minute. Right? So as usual, I'm gonna need y'all to help me tell this story because I'm not gonna lie. At first, I did not watch the whole live. I did not watch the whole live she posted, but I watched it the other day and then I kind of brushed up on it today because I don't want to talk out of ignorance today. Even though we still don't know the full story, we don't know what part she was lying about, what part the media is lying about. At the end of the day, we don't know all the facts. All we know is that the girl went on vacation at this hotel and they said she tested positive for COVID, and that's all we know.
First of
Right?
all, before we even get into that, where's your glass? Because this is a wine night. Where's your glass?
Right?
Drop the wine emojis because we getting
Guys,
legit
y'all drop
talking about
the
the
wine emojis.
integrity.
Drop the wine emojis. And I'm gonna give y'all 60 seconds to run and go get a glass of wine.
That's facts. Because we getting lit.
Usually when I come on here is makeup and all of that, but no, it's Sunday. Before we get into opinions though, all right, so let me just give like a little synopsis, right? So there's a girl by the name of KALINA COLLIER. She went on vacation to Jamaica with her friends. It was supposed to be like a quick, short little trip. I think it was supposed to be 4 days or 3 days. It was supposed to be literally a short trip. And due to America's new protocols for, coming back to America, you cannot enter the country without a negative COVID test. So, she went on vacation. She took her test right away so that, she could get her results back in time to fly back out. So, I'm loving all of the whiny emojis. While she took her test, she was told that she tested positive for COVID. So apparently, allegedly, she took 3 tests back to back to back, and 2 was positive and 1 was negative, which is a false positive type. Like she was having different results. So due to the fact that she had 2 positive and 1 negative, the hotel administration made a decision to quarantine her anyway because they cannot afford for her to have a positive to be positive for COVID and risk it spreading in Jamaica. Also, she can't fly, even if, like, she couldn't leave the country even if, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they told her and her friends that they're going to quarantine them and blah, blah, blah. But allegedly, her friends did not test positive for COVID. So automatically, that started ringing up red flags in KALINA's head, saying, how is it that we're all in the same room, we're sleeping in the same bed, but I have COVID, but they don't, type of thing, which I'm pretty sure anybody in that situation would have thought, wait, how I have COVID, but they don't? That don't make sense, type of thing, right? Anyways, fast forward, they moved her to a certain type of room. She said the room was unclean. She said she made a scene about it. They moved her to another room. And it wasn't until probably the 3rd or 4th day of quarantine that by this time her friends are gone, that they gave her test and said that it was negative. Which, again, we don't know the truth. They could have gave her all 3 tests, but she only chose to show the negative one. We don't know, but I'm going with what was put out there, right? They showed her the negative test, and she has a fit because she said deep down in her heart, deep down in her soul,
He knew.
God, she don't have COVID. So, with that being said, she felt the way that the staff handled the situation was unprofessional, and she said she's in distress and she's planning to sue and rename the hotel after her and of that matter, right? Honestly, if you have not watched the video or the live or whatever, then you're not gonna fully get everything I'm talking about. It's kind of hard to kind of like tell the whole situation. So if you know, you know. So before anything, before I even read the comments, Tiff, do you have anything that you want to say on it?
Let's just get into it because it's not much you can say around it, but the facts are there. Opinions are gonna be opinions, and to each his own.
Exactly.
So let's.
One thing, okay, so I see a comment already, right? And it said, I think the internet twisted her whole story. I watched her live and she never insinuated that she was kidnapped. I completely agree. I feel like I don't want to say the wrong thing. Don't get me wrong. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And don't feel like because I'm speaking and saying that I feel like her story was twisted doesn't mean that I agree with what she said. Let me just say this. I watched the live again today. The only time she mentioned anything about S trafficking was when someone wrote it in the comment of the live, this is not even on her first live. Her initial live that she did trying to spread awareness, she did not say anything about that. I watched the whole thing. Unfortunately, that shit was long. It wasn't until the second live when she came back to show the negative test where someone was like, I didn't see the comment, but her response was to a comment. So her response was, yeah, it seemed like they trying to traffic me or something. That's what she said. She made this whole what's the word, like storyline about I'm being S trafficked. And I feel like the media took it and ran with it. I feel like her main her main issue was that she felt like she didn't have COVID and they were telling her that she did. And honestly, at the end of the day, they could have shut her up if they had shown her a positive COVID test. I don't know if they did, and I don't know if they didn't, but she made it seem like they put her in quarantine without showing her any proof.
And
And
honestly, put yourself in her shoes. I feel like a lot of people, if they were in her situation, a lot of people would have reacted the way she reacted, and some people wouldn't even go live. But your mother's not there. You there with two friends, and the two friends are somewhere else at this point. You feel like you by yourself, and you feel like you don't know what
and,
the hell is going on.
and here's the thing: I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but she's from New York, and I'm from New York. We have Jamaican parents. I just know within myself as a 21, 22-year-old, a young girl traveling to Jamaica, like, okay, she has Jamaican background. So she probably is aware of how, some people do things down there, whatever, right? But I know that if I'm 21, 22, and I'm traveling by myself with my friends, and a man comes up to me on a scooter, they said, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and said, you have COVID, you have to quarantine. Excuse me, sir. Where's the proof? So I felt like that's where her argument was. She may have worded things a bit aggressively. And again, she's young. Nowadays, in today's society, you really have to be careful with how you word things because we're living in a very sensitive world. And I don't mean that in a way like, oh, I'm gonna downplay this, that. No. People are very sensitive about a lot of topics now. So you really can't come on the internet saying I'm being held hostage because here at one point in the live, she said, I don't know what time of day it is. She said they locked the door with no key, but then in the same live, she opens the door and says, let me show you guys the security guard. So it's like, if they locked you in with no key, how did you just open the door? You get what I'm saying? So I felt like she over exaggerated a lot of things, which you cannot do if you're trying to tell a story like that. Because once we catch you in one lie or one exaggeration, now everything you say is questionable. You're not a credible source anymore. And I think that's where the issue went wrong. She overdid it. So now people aren't looking at the main point you said about them taking you in without showing you proof that you had COVID and about them putting you in an unclean room. People are overlooking that because you lied and said that they're holding you hostage. The S trafficking word, I never heard her directly say this is what they're doing to me.
Somebody said they did show her a positive test, and she said she thought that they made it up. I don't remember her getting a test. I always remembered her saying in the lives, they haven't proved, they haven't showed her anything. They haven't given her any proof as to why they have her on quarantine.
Well, I didn't hear that part in the live, and again, I watched it today. I did not hear her say that. They showed her a positive test. I heard her say she kept saying still nothing, no paperwork, no nothing. That's what she kept saying, as if she did not have anything showing that she had
Mm-hmm.
COVID. So
And that's
I
somebody just said that at the end of the day, you can't go to other people's country during this time and try to dictate how you should operate. Anyone who travels now is taking a gamble. And that's true. I agree 100%. If the case is you are positive for COVID, yes, you know you got to quarantine. Yes, you.
exactly.
So she should have cooperated.
I
But
feel like she was just I feel like she was a little scared in a way, but then kind of put on like this tough role. My mother is here. I'm suing them, but I'm pretty sure she was terrified. She's young.
yep. And also, I did a little further digging, and I went on her channel and watched a couple of her videos because she does have a YouTube channel. Watched a couple
Mhm.
of her videos, and I pointed out something to Tati, and I'm like, she's very like, what? I don't even know how to call it, but she,
Carrying her like watching over her shoulder.
yeah, she has anxiety, like, and it's a certain form of anxiety. I don't know how to explain it, but she's a flight attendant. if you didn't know. And every time she would go to a hotel, you would hear her say in the vlog, "Let me check to make sure nobody's in here." And she's pulling the shower curtain, and yeah, that's safety, but that's also a sign of anxiety. Like, I'm not gonna walk into a hotel and the first thing I think is to, oh, let me pull the shower curtain and see if anybody is hiding in the shower. Like, nobody does that. Nobody does that. Maybe people do. Maybe I'm the weird one.
So the comment I just posted before this said something about, I don't know where it went, about okay, we all know Jamaica have no customer service and feel like they can deal with you anyway. That can play a huge role if they handle the situation different. Now, I don't know how the staff was treating her, but y'all know how I feel about the customer service in Jamaica. But it's just so funny to me how they're coming out trying to play this picture perfect role when I'm pretty sure that there was wrongdoings on both sides of the story. I'm pretty sure, you know. And ironically, in January, I posted this hotel because I never heard of it. It's actually fairly new, saying that this is so
Somebody
nice.
posted it.
I want to go. And I'm reading the reviews and the comments under their Instagram, and it's so nasty. Like, everyone is complaining about the customer service there. So I made a post about it. I'm like, okay, like maybe I don't want to go there because they have way too much negative reviews. Way too much. It was ridiculous. So with that being said, when I heard that this was the hotel that it was happening at, it made me already form an opinion, even though I don't know what happened. So it sucks that they already have a bad first impression,
Right.
kind of me. So it kind of sucks. So we really don't know.
Oh, I never knew that they teach flight attendants to check the rooms to make sure that nobody's in there. That's actually a good thing.
Yeah. So there was a comment too on here saying that they don't like the fact that the security guards could come in her room at any time and blah blah
And we
blah.
spoke about that.
We spoke about that, but then I also spoke to someone else who said that you have to understand that if they're calling her and she's not answering the phone, you have to make sure that she did not, do anything to harm herself,
Or
you
nothing
know.
physically happening to her because she did test positive.
Exactly, but at the same time, that is scary to know that I'm a young girl and there are men guarding my door, and they can just come in at any, like, there's no privacy for her,
Right.
you know.
I wonder
So
if there, you know how sometimes you're in a hotel room and there's like an extra latch on the door? I always put that extra latch on the door, especially at nighttime, because it's like, if you knew that these security guards or whoever can just burst in your room because, okay, security, whatever, you should have put that latch on your door from the minute they burst in that room, and you should have put that latch on your door so that you feel some secureness. Like, I'm not gonna have my door unlocked, or you understand?
honestly, I probably wouldn't even sleep. I'd probably be terrified.
And that's why
But
she killed her mother, and I don't blame her.
man says, who sent me an Instagram video? Said that she lied about the cameras in her room. I don't think she lied. I just think she was paranoid and she thought that those were cameras. I don't think she lied. See,
Yeah,
here's the thing. How one lie, not everybody can call you a liar and say you lied about this. I honestly think that she
yeah.
thought those were cameras. I honestly think.
For the most part, where those cameras were located, I think those were fire extinguishers, the sprinklers. But they might
So
be
Neil
different.
said, I think she implied she was kidnapped by making the title of her live, "I'm being held hostage in Jamaica." So we cannot blame the media for running with that narrative. I agree, but then again, I agree. But then also at the same time, I'm trying to think, okay, she's saying that they have not shown her any results. They told her word of mouth that she tested positive. And now I'm being held in a room with no proof that I have this COVID.
Mhm.
Wouldn't you think you're being held hostage as well? Isn't that the, probably you wouldn't word it that way, but as a young
And,
female, wouldn't you feel like they're holding you hostage? Like,
and on top of that, like we said
this,
before, she's young. Her mother's not there. She said that her family comes from Jamaica. Okay, fine. I'm gonna do the most to try to get attention. Or at one point, I even thought like, okay, maybe she's just doing this so that she don't have to quarantine.
That's what
So,
a lot of people were saying.
so it's like with me, I'm neither here nor there with the whole situation because it's like, is she lying? Was she telling the truth? I feel like with certain things she was being real about. Like, for example, the water was brown in her room. Who the hell was to stay in a room with brown water? You can't even wash
Exactly.
your face with
What's
that.
funny? A lot of people are saying we're looking at the live and we see in the room and the room look up to par, but you guys aren't listening to what she's saying. She said the room that they put her in initially was unclean. And when the nurse called her and asked her, is everything okay? She said, what do you mean if everything is okay? The room is this, the room is, and they moved her to another room. Remember, she was quarantining for 3 to 4 days before she actually went live. She didn't initially go live the first day. She's been chilling for a minute. So Pauline Wolf said she should stay. What she said? She should stay home in USA and don't travel. It's serious time we are in. She wasn't thinking about other people. She loved drama. Americans love drama. First and foremost, I do want to say a lot of videos and comments that I see of Jamaican people talking about the situation, it's always you people and Americans.
American.
And it seemed like a lot of Jamaicans have Americans up. I don't know why, but the whole you people come out with country. If you know, you know. But
Okay.
that whole part is just so unnecessary for you to go ahead and just make a general statement. Americans love drama. Wow. And honestly, I feel like where did this go? I feel like I don't know who said it. I forgot what video I was watching, but they said instead of being afraid of COVID, you need to learn to cope with COVID because COVID is going to be here for a while. They said that in the beginning. And here we are 1 year later and COVID is still here. Vaccine and all. So don't let COVID
Asha,
keep you from traveling. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, if she came on camera and said that people were rude, we would believe her, but held hostage pissed me off.
I think
Both,
that was to draw attention to whoever was, whoever she was trying to reach out to.
like I said before, if someone came up to you and never showed you a test and just said word of mouth, you have COVID, blah, 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 you'd probably feel like you're being held against your will as well. Hostage, you probably want to say hostage, but you feel like you're being kept there. What's the word? Unlawfully or illegally or whatever the case may be. Like, but at the same time, we don't know what the laws are in Jamaica. So even though she felt like she had rights, I guess when you step on on their soil, do you really have rights as an American? I don't know. That's a
I
good
feel like
question.
that's another problem too. A
Because
lot
in
of
America,
people,
they don't force you to quarantine. They tell
right,
you have to quarantine when you come off the plane, and people do whatever they please, but they don't force you to
right.
quarantine. If you get what I mean.
I feel like a lot of people feel like because they come from a certain place, they're entitled to their rights per se. But you have to understand once a country sets rules, you have to abide by those rules. And if you don't want to, don't travel. It's simple.
Do you guys think she should have went to the hospital to get tested again when they told her to?
Wouldn't have gone by myself. That's damn sure. If they wasn't letting me go with, if they weren't letting one of my friends go with me, I'm not going by myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't have went by myself either. I don't even let anybody drive me around, and I'm 25, so I don't think I would have at all. I personally wouldn't have went, especially because a lot of these sites they promote that they do COVID testing. So why would I need to go to the hospital? You know, I don't know. I understand everyone is saying she's young and scared. However, this is a global pandemic. The numbers in Jamaica are crazy right now. They were taking necessary precautions. I completely agree with you. I completely agree. I don't agree with the fact that they didn't show her paperwork. If they didn't, that's my story. That's what I'm saying. Because I don't know if they did. She could just be coming on here saying they didn't show me anything, and they probably did. We don't
Right.
know.
Right.
But I'm saying if they didn't, that's my issue. That's my issue. He played into the kidnap narrative with the there's cameras in here and there's men guarding me. Honestly, it would be crazy if she actually sat down for those 3 days that she was in quarantine and thought, you know what, I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna say that they kidnapped me. But at the same time, do you think she really did that? I don't know.
I feel like she, with saying that there's cameras in here, there's men guarding me. That is a drag. Like, yes, that is a
I
drag.
feel like in her head she knew I'm gonna sue them so bad.
Yeah,
Let me
like that was that. That's exactly what happened.
she knew, she was like, I'm gonna make some money off of them. But I don't think she wanted to say they're kidnapping me. It was like,
Right.
okay, no, I think it was all about the whole way they did the COVID testing thing and how they brought it to her attention. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna sue them because they should have showed me. They didn't show me. They forced me in here without showing me. I think that's her story. I think that's what it is.
Right.
They're forcing me to quarantine, and they didn't show me no proof. That's
I
against the law.
think her whole overall thing was she didn't want to quarantine. Her friends don't have to quarantine, so why the hell do I have to quarantine?
But at the same time, it's like you get to stay in this nice hotel free of charge. Like,
I get what she's saying too with the whole I spent my money for a certain thing. I should at least be able to quarantine a certain way. I get that because at the end of the day, when she's finished quarantine, she's still not gonna get her money's worth. She's still not gonna get her money's worth. So I get what she's saying. And again, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with what she did. We just speaking facts.
so someone said the hotel did not have her results initially. They called them and told them that she's positive, so they have to quarantine her. Then when they got the results, they gave it to her. She too jumpy. But even then, the results that she showed said negative. Maybe I didn't see all the clips, but the 2 lives that I seen, the results said negative. And she was like, look at what it says and look at the date. Negative. That's exactly what she said. So Tiff is having technical difficulties, so we're gonna continue this conversation until she come back. So, okay, then the whole thing with making her friends sign an NDA saying that they wouldn't defame the hotel. So that's also alleged because we didn't really see the NDA, but that's what their friends are saying. And if that is true, that's actually crazy because I've never heard of a hotel telling you you're not allowed to voice your opinion, like making you sign an NDA saying do not voice your opinion on the hotel. That's ridiculous to me. Yeah, Tiff said current gone, so she probably won't be back. So we'll continue this conversation. I'm kind of trying to catch up on the comments. Her mother came and stayed at the hotel free of cost. So that's what I heard as well. And then she came and said that they tried to hike up the price so that her mom won't be able to afford it. So that's what I'm talking about again with the whole you tell one lie, now everything you say is not credible. You're not a credible source because if the hotel is saying that they made her mom stay free of charge, and she's saying that the hotel hiked up the prices so that her mom won't be able to afford it, that's just crazy to me. And her friend signing paper about not giving the hotel. You see, that's what I'm talking about. It's very, very sketchy on both parts. So I can't really side with, I'm gonna side with the hotel. I'm gonna side with her because they both playing dirty. Both of their hands are dirty. Oh, look at how pretty Tiffany is back.
Current gone.
You kind of frozen.
I can't. I don't know.
But as long as we can hear you, that's good.
Right.
As long as we can hear you. So Tiffany, how do you feel about the whole NDA thing? She said that they forced, well, not forced, but kind of scared her friends into signing an NDA so
I
that,
don't I
yeah,
don't think they scared them per se, but I just think that when you sign in things, a lot of people don't really read what they're signing.
read it. Exactly.
So her friends didn't read what they were signing. They just went and signed to say, okay, oh, we're gonna be off for quarantine. All right, let me hurry up and sign this.
Right. Oh, we're not going to be in quarantine. Let's just sign
Right.
it so we can go. Worst thing you can do. You don't sign your name on anything that you're not going to read fully. And if you don't understand it, say, I don't understand this. I'm not signing it.
Right.
So another comment says she should have shown the video of the brown water and etc. because she said she had videos of the first room. So when me and Tiffany was talking, we said, why in the whole live she kept saying, I took videos and pictures of everything.
Yeah, where's the proof?
So as soon as you got off a live, you should have posted before you even went on live. You should have made a post with a long paragraph attaching every piece of evidence you have, because at the end of the day, you could say, listen, it's raining cats and dogs. Nobody's not gonna believe you unless you have proof. That's one thing about society. It's sad to say, you could be like, oh, that man touched me inappropriately. Where's your proof? I don't believe that. Where's your proof? And you should know that this is how these people say. So she should have posted that. And even after people were dragging her saying that she's lying, if you know that you're not lying, post everything. Instead, what she does is she deactivated her Instagram, her Facebook, but she left her YouTube videos
I feel like
up.
That's what made people assume she got kidnapped.
I do think that's where things went and shifted. Came a big thing because it's like, oh shit, she came off of social media. Now we have no way to contact her, and people are commenting under her YouTube videos, and then all of a sudden the comments are blocked. If you really wanted to erase yourself from the internet because you just couldn't take it anymore, why would you leave your videos posted? You can private your videos. The girl was trying to show her views got up so that she could apply for monetization and get money off of these videos. She's so nice. Did you see the comments from
Yes,
America?
I'm in the dark, power cut, so I have to be in the dark. I'm using my phone flash.
Basically ripping the country apart. Jamaicans did what Jamaicans do, which is defend the country, which is right. You have a right to defend your country. Shit, I defend Jamaica sometimes. I defend America sometimes. But at the end of the day, I can't really talk on that. I didn't see Americans calling Jamaica a shithole.
Yes, they called the hotel, they called the Ministry of Health. They were calling people, they even called, I think, police department saying that the hotel got this girl hostage.
Exactly. If you guys are doing this, you guys are wrong. This is wrong, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
I think that's what it was. I don't think they were generalizing Jamaica as this horrible place. They were saying if they were hashtagging Coral Spring, what Jamaicans are doing are generalizing everything on Americans, which is not cool.
Right.
I heard the Minister of Tourism on the radio saying because of this, the hotel got over 100 cancellations. And you know what, too? I did see that they posted a video showing her hotel room. The Jamaican media is doing a great job with trying to show every way that this girl is lying, but I have not seen them post her positive COVID test. Am I the only one that didn't see a positive COVID test? Let me know if anyone sees a positive COVID test. Pauline, I completely agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. Jamaica is not equipped with the same materials or resources that we have to deal with COVID patients. I completely understand that. What I'm saying is there should always be a way you go about things, regardless of what needs to be done. All right, here in America, right? I'm trying to give a good example. Here in America, if I'm trying to give a good example because it's like shit. I'm trying to think because I know there's certain situations that, let's say, in the court of law, they charge you with something, but if you obtained your information or some type of like your information to go against the jury, if you obtained it through a certain type of way, you cannot use that evidence because you did not go through the right way, even though this is facts. Like you get what I'm saying? It's like a certain way of doing it. So all I'm saying is if they did not show this girl a positive COVID test or proof that she has COVID and she feels completely fine and she's young and she we all know that S trafficking is a thing. It's brought to light now. I mean, I don't know. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. If it was me, you're going to have to show me that. You're going to have to show me that. I'm not going in any room without you showing me proof. You have to show me. So, Tiffany, you can hear me, right? I would like to know the reasoning her airline gave when firing her. I wonder if she's able to fight it. Honestly, I don't disagree with them firing her. I agree with them firing her. If their company, first of all, I love JetBlue. That's my favorite airline. But if their company upholds a certain type of image and her image is, you know, messing up their image, then why not fire her? Like if I have a certain type of brand and I hire you and you do something that's shifting the whole social media, then I'm gonna suspend you. And then if we find that this is not really something that we want to represent us, because at the end of the day she represents the company, then why not fire her? A lot of people are saying they shouldn't have fired her, but if I own a company and you're not representing my company the way I feel like it should be represented, I'm gonna fire you. It's not cool, because now you put me in a situation where I'm gonna lose customers. People are gonna boycott me because of something you did. If you get what I mean. So she got 3 results and only highlighted the negative one.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Okay. I was saying I agree with them because you're putting a bad name on our company. Like you might be a good worker and you might do your job to a certain extent, but once you make our company look like, then hell yeah, I agree. 100%. Because now these countries are gonna look at you and say, these are the type of people you hiring, these are the type of people that's working for you. They look at things like that. And like Tati said, JetBlue is one of the top, like that's our go-to airline. Everybody know my mother works Caribbean, but that Caribbean is not my go-to. JetBlue is my go-to because they're professional. You hardly have issues with JetBlue.
Exactly. And they're very, very professional. Their plane is nice and comfortable. I love JetBlue to the fullest. So if I'm a JetBlue flyer and you guys are that's like saying, okay, JetBlue just hired a let's say the RAPE word, ist, right? I'm not gonna feel comfortable knowing that JetBlue is going around hiring people that are registered as sex offenders. Me personally. Yep. So I'm not for that. So JetBlue has every right to fire her if she is defaming or what you might call it to their company. At the end of the day, people get fired every day. Like people get fired every day. Like, come on now. Every day. I don't feel like it's a big deal for them.
So it might, what do you call it?
He also mentioned that there was somebody that will watch her from the balcony area, as she should. She's on quarantine, and she mentioned in her live that she and her mom was gonna make a run for it. Then I'm like, okay, y'all is doing too much. See, that's my thing. If she was gonna come on there and tell her story, she should have told her story without adding all these little effects. Like, you know, like how you watching a movie and it's so much effects. They're like, boom, crash, psh, and it's like it's so unnecessary. I felt like all that was so unnecessary. Obviously, if you're talking about you're gonna make a run for it in this country, they were just doing too much. She and her mother just should have been like, chill, wait it out. If things are being done in a legal, messy manner, we are gonna deal with them legally, but just chill out, wait out the quarantine or whatever the case may be, because you're already in the room. They already say you have to quarantine. Don't put up a fight and make things worse. Just chill. Just chill. That's what her mother should have done. Instead, they planning to make a run for it. I've never seen nothing like this. The Ministry of Tourism on the radio said they even got death threats. Really? That's insane. I watched some of her live, but I wasn't calling nobody and threatening them. Like, it was never that serious. It's serious, but it wasn't that serious. Because she had her phone. She was being fed. She's cool. So now they really were, even they're saying Jamaica's criminal. The hotel does need to get it together when it comes to testing. There's no reason you're telling someone results with showing it to them. These comments is backing up on me. Every country are trying to keep COVID out. Rich are poor, not just Jamaica. Okay, which is true, I love the fact that Jamaica said nobody cannot come in our country. In the beginning of COVID, they said nobody cannot come in our country. Now they're being a little more lenient and stuff like that. Here's the thing, when you apply for your travel authorization, if you read the back of it, it says if you test positive, you are required to quarantine. So it says that. I don't know if she read that, but it says that. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying I believe her fully. I'm just saying the way the hotel went about certain things and the way she's coming on here and portraying certain things, they're both of their hands are dirty. So
you have to be mindful when you are social media friendly. You posting on YouTube, you posting on Instagram, you post wherever you're posting. You have to be mindful of the things you say and the way you portray things. People could take the simplest things and turn it into the biggest thing just because of misconception. So please, when you are out there posting on social media, please take into consideration that there are people that can drag it.
Exactly. So someone said, isn't it confidential information to post her medical information? If she does it, it's fine, but they can't. I totally wasn't thinking about that. You guys are probably right. Still, I would understand she would feel away by herself, but having something come out like that could be false can affect the country's tourism. That's true. I think she was being a little spiteful with how she went about certain things.
Yep.
That's true. I wasn't.
That's why JetBlue thought she was a threat, and that's exactly why they fired her.
But guess what? I don't know how it's gonna come out, but somebody needs to hack the system and post a positive test, because once they post a positive test, then I'm gonna join y'all and drag her.
Yes, I was saying that it's HIPAA law. You can't really post things like that. I get it. It's confidential. I get it.
Okay. Same here. I'm not doing anything until you show me the piece of paper with my name and results on it. Exactly. That's me. Like, exactly, Tattie. All the headlines were saying JetBlue flight attendant, blah, 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 Jamaica. They didn't even say in the headline. That's absolutely true. That's how I was reading it too.
You know what I have a feeling she's gonna do? Because she left her YouTuber, after everything dies down, she's gonna come back with this video. This is why I said, or this is y'all gonna see what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna make a video. If they're not, I think they're probably gonna try and legally see if they can win some type of case, whether it's emotional distress, whether it's this, whatever.
Remember I said that to you? A lot of people who are
when I watched her video, she mentioned that.
A lot of people who I refer to Tati about people who are locked up. A lot of people who are in jail always try to sue for like emotional distress and all these things because you're confined in a room. So that's the route that she's gonna take, and I'm pretty sure, 100%, she's gonna try to sue them for emotional distress. She's gonna try and sue them and tell them she has psychological problems because she was locked up in this room for so long with no good running water, and this, that, and the third. She's going to push it to the max. She's going to.
Exactly. That's why she deactivated everything but left her YouTube up,
Mm-hmm.
and disabled the comments because she wanted the views to go up. She wanted people to subscribe because she know people are enough. They're gonna. I subscribe.
I forgot she did that. She disabled the comments on all the videos.
Because she know whenever she make that video, she want her channel to be monetized first, so that when that video go up, she make all the money off of that video. You think she a fool? Okay. I don't think, but here's the thing, right? I don't think the kidnap thing didn't blow up until her pages went missing, and everybody thought that the government was doing foul play, right? She came back a few days later and said, "Thanks for everyone for checking up on me." I think I took a screenshot, but please stop saying me and my mom is this, me and my mom is that.
I feel like I saw that. Was that in her story?
And I'm like, actually seeing people reposting it, and I'm like, people are worried about you, and this is how you come. It's like she sounded ungrateful, like stop making pages and blah blah blah. And then there was this page called "Where's Kalina" or whatever that was like.
Yes.
And that page said that she blocked them. So if someone is worried about you, you're gonna block the only page posting about your awareness, the only page that has all the evidence that you ever posted. You're gonna block that page. So that's why everybody's like, the government got her. No. The government got her. And I'm like, wait, that
I don't remember her YouTube name. Type her full name in on YouTube and it'll pop up.
It's Lena's Life.
Oh.
Yeah. I ain't want to promote it. But there it goes. Lena's Life. Sis said, I'm leaving my videos up. I need all this coin.
And you see her last video? You see how much views she got compared to the rest of the video?
Exactly. You see how much dislike?
My thing is also, should she be vlogging at work? I saw like certain vlogs. She was on the plane and she was vlogging herself eating the people them snacks. And I'm like, is this even legal? Is she supposed to be eating the snacks at work?
I don't know, but I used to do that. But the fact that she filmed it.
Yeah, but that's different. You're not vlogging yourself eating at work. Like she was vlogging herself eating company food at work. You're not supposed to do that.
But why pay her? Why tell lies on her? Why pay money to quarantine her in an all-inclusive hotel with taxpayers' money? Sis made a fool of herself. So on both parts, there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of things that I question, like, but why would she do this if this? Or why would they do that if that? So that's what I'm saying, is holes in both parts of the story. Yeah.
That's why I said I'm neither here nor there. Like, I don't agree with the way she went about things, but if I was in that situation, I wouldn't say like they're holding me hostage, but I would probably go live too and tell my story, and I'd probably send for my mother to come down too, because you scared as hell. You don't know what the hell is going on. And as bad as it sounds, Jamaica, the land we love, is considered one of the most dangerous places. Like we're considered scary to people. So the littlest thing can happen and they're gonna be like, oh. So I get it. I get both sides.
I think, okay. I seen a post where I don't know if she posted it or not, but I think the video of them in the airport, she was saying that the reason why she went off reason why she and her mom went off on the person in the airport is because the whole time during her quarantine, she was being harassed by the Ministry of Health to make a statement saying that she lied and it's not true. And she said anything that she said in her life, she's not taking it back. It's true. If she don't speak on certain things, it's because they're being dealt with in a legal manner and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, she did not come on here and apologize to JetBlue, to Jamaica, to Coral Springs. She did not apologize. She's sticking with everything that she said, and she said, to deal with it legally.
And I have a reason that's one of the reasons why she deactivated her social media. When you're going through legal actions, the best thing for you to do is
Stay
to
silent.
come off social media, stay silent. So that probably is a good factor that she did deactivate her social media. What is wrong?
And if she didn't feel like she could possibly win something, I don't know, she wouldn't have went forward with it. So maybe she does have videos and pictures of the room. I don't know. Maybe she does. But if you're going to sue somebody or if you're going to take somebody to court, you're not going to post all the information you have on them to give them an upper hand. So I don't know. Maybe she got something up her sleeve. We just gonna have to wait. Yeah, so basically her mom that she was saying, let me look for the screenshot. I feel like I screenshot it so I could read word for word.
What you think about Kalina?
I think I've seen it. Look at Chance.
I think so too.
Okay, so I found a screenshot. It says, to everyone that's been following my story and giving genuine support, I appreciate it. I have said a long time ago that I was never missing, nor was I kidnapped. I've tried to stay silent because this is something that will be handled legally and because the response to my situation was completely overwhelming. Following my negative COVID test, the hotel proceeded to cover their tracks once word got out and forced me to stay at the resort for the remainder of my quarantine. Every single day, I was harassed by the hotel to make a statement to save face for them, to basically make it seem like everything I said was a lie. I'm here to say that nothing I said in my life was a lie. These people will say anything to save face. They leaked the phone number of my friends who were on the trip with me, as well as my mother. I understand that I went live and reached out for help, but my story is now being told for me, and I won't have that. I have said multiple times publicly that I was not missing. They sent the police to me at the resort to try and intimidate me into making a statement for a resort that wronged me from the beginning. When we arrived at the airport, a lady named Odette something who is a part of the Jamaican tourism who has been harassing my mother and I every single day, approached us after following us to the airport and demanded a statement. After we told her no over 30 times, she still proceeded to take unwarranted photos of my mother and I. She was trying to force me to say that my life was fake. My family and friends were harassed by numerous trolls and disgusting sick people on the internet. I know my truth, and I do not need approval of anyone on here or anywhere. The proof is in the pudding, and I have nothing further to say on the situation. For those who are actually concerned, thank you. Jesus Christ. So, my eyes hurt. So, with that being said, she said that she was wronged from the beginning, which goes back to what I was saying about them possibly not showing her a positive COVID test when they initially told her, you have 30 minutes to pack so we can move you to the room. What do you guys think about that?
I see that
So,
that's hard because if somebody's constantly harassing you and you don't want to speak on it, well, I don't know. Because I saw
but
the airport video.
lady followed them. Imagine you don't want to speak on it, you deactivate your social media, you want to deal with it however you want to deal with it. And you have the tourism lady pounding you down, following you, taking pictures of you, and telling you, make a statement before you leave. Come, you can fix this. Make a statement before you leave. They don't want to make a statement, so she starts taking a picture.
She's not obligated to make a statement either. You're not obligated to make a statement in anything. If you feel like your life is in danger and you understand? She
Mm-hmm.
take it up with my lawyer. Take it up with my lawyer. Get in contact with my lawyer. You're not obligated to make a statement.
You should have known that pictures and videos would have been leaked.
Right.
Anything, put on your hood, stay low key. But causing a scene like that did more harm than good. She should have never caused a scene like that. And her mom don't even sound Jamaican. Is it just me who thought that?
But okay, this was my initial thought. If your family is Jamaican, you said your family comes from Jamaica. Where the ones that live down here? Are you not close to them? Because why couldn't they come before your mom did? That was my initial thought.
Hmm. My family would have been up there like, yo, which room you in? Don't even ask questions. You walk past, go to the elevator. Room
Banging
36.
down every door. They wouldn't even link me to see what room I'm in. They're gonna bang down every door. Like, what's up? They're gonna cause a scene in the lobby. Like, what's up? A dead lady wasn't following her for a statement. They were escorting her out of the country. Why didn't she film them when she allegedly tried to make a statement? See, now that's different. I don't know where you got that info from, Michelle, but
But here's the
if
thing.
they were escorting her out the country, why were they videoing her? If that's the case.
And here's the other case. A lot of the times people like to say, well, why didn't this? Why didn't that? We don't know if she didn't video her trying to ask for a statement. We just don't see a video. That doesn't mean it wasn't filmed. It just couldn't have been posted probably. So she probably was videoing.
If anyone heard the interview on nationwide radio in Jamaica with the tourism minister, the hotel management, and the Jamaican police, and the man from JetBlue Corp office, then you would know she is a liar. Well, I'm not gonna say because the situation is very sticky. I am not going to call this girl a liar. We can just
No, because exactly. So, because there was an interview with all these people who's against her. All these people had an interview who's against her. That means she's a liar. I definitely think she stretched it. There was a point in her life too. She said, "I don't even know what time of day it is," but she
That's
clearly had a balcony.
right.
She had a balcony, and she has a phone.
But
So
that's what I didn't remember. Did she say that when she was in the old room? Like, was she saying that about the old room, or was she saying that about the room that she was in at that current live? That's what I was confused about.
me too, because the way she described the other room, she made it. She said, "They know damn well they don't put customers in this room."
It just made me think of, you know, when you on a cruise and you in one of those rooms with no windows, and that's what I kept thinking of. Like when she kept saying that she didn't know what time of day it was, that's what I kept thinking. And then somebody on the live was like, maybe that's one of the rooms that the workers stay in. I'm pretty sure them workers ain't using no brown water.
And then she said, no. And then when the lady was showing, I don't know if you've seen the video of the room that she stayed in, like after to show the cameras and stuff. She said before they went inside the room, she said, "This is the room Kalina was staying in. One of the 5 rooms designated to COVID positive people or whatever. But if that was the room that was designated for customers with COVID, where the hell did y'all bring this girl before? Like the first time, where did y'all bring her? Right. If the second room she was put in was designated for COVID."
And they also claimed that she was their first COVID patient. So there could be a situation where they didn't know how to react. For like the guy on the bike, for example. Mm-hmm. It could be that they didn't know how to approach the situation. She's their first COVID customer or whatever you want to call. So they, you know, Jamaicans hear COVID is, oh God, now come near me and this and that. So I get it, but.
And honestly, the friends tested negative and that was let go. I don't know. That's kind of weird to me too, because for me personally, I just feel like If I was her friend and she's tested positive and I'm negative, I want a few tests because that's kind of weird. That she said they were sleeping in the same bed. So
So they was drinking from each other, they was eating from eeach other, they was in the same
actually,
bed.
so how did I don't know. How did she get it but not at least one of her other friends get it? That's a good question. If COVID is airborne and you
A rapid one, so the results are
know,
available.
the first test took was rapid one, so the results are available same day. I feel like the hotel was trying to hide something. See, here's the thing: we're all putting our own little details. We don't know what was rapid, what was PCR. We don't know anything unless y'all zoomed into the thing, but it was alive, so the phone was kind of blurry. I tried to zoom in, I couldn't, but we don't know that. I don't know.
I feel like they're definitely trying to hide something. Definitely.
That's the thing. A lot of the things that she said about the hotel was very sketchy. And again, they have a lot of negative reviews about just customer service alone.
Yep.
Just
And
customer service customers. So
I feel like
come on.
this girl wouldn't just get up and just start lying on the hotel like that. Yeah, like I said before, she didn't want to quarantine because true, my friends is out there having fun. Why can't I? But she's not gonna. I feel like I don't know how to say this without sounding like but I just don't feel like she would get up out the blue and just say, you know what, they put me on quarantine. Let me just get up and bust a whole bunch of lies on them. I think they are hiding something.
I don't know. Maybe something happened. Maybe she was disrespected by one of the guards, and she's like, "Y'all want to play with me? All right, let's do that." Maybe she just felt uncomfortable. She just felt like they wasn't treating her right because, again, the hotel has a history of bad customer service. So maybe they wasn't treating her right, and she just stretched the story. I don't know, but I don't think that she sat there and said, "I'm going to go on live and I'm gonna lie and say that they kidnapped me." I don't think it went like that. And I definitely think that a lot of people kind of like, because like I said, I've never heard her say that these people here at this hotel is trying to traffic me. I've never heard her say that.
Hmm. See, people are saying I had COVID, but this one didn't catch it. I had COVID, but this one did catch it. We don't know about COVID. This whole shit is new. Like, we don't know about it. But it is
I
weird.
didn't know you can be exposed up to 2 weeks before testing positive. And if it's somebody just said, I just seen it, somebody said it's not airborne.
It's
It's
droplets.
if it's not airborne, why? What's the 6 feet for then? Because they be ODing with that.
They were per saying 6 feet was for like if anybody cough or sneeze. Apparently, when you cough or sneeze, it can travel up to I think
But if
5.
it's not airborne,
No, so
every time you
if
cough,
you cough, right? If you cough, there
that's
is
air.
some condensation that's coming off of your mouth. So when you do cough, if you notice people say, "Oh, don't cough in your hand, cough here," they're saying basically there is some form of condensation that's coming off of your mouth that can land on somebody else and get them COVID attracted. But oh no,
He kept saying, if you show me a COVID test, you will understand. You? Tattie, remember most time you get COVID from touching. My daughter works with the government. Her coworker got it and she did it. So COVID is a funny one. But that's the thing. We're on a girl trip, okay?
and
We're basically in the same room. We're sharing the same things. You're probably smoking from the same hookah. Like, if 2 out of the 3 girls got it, that wouldn't have been so sketchy. But it's just so weird to me.
so what I also noticed, and I don't know if I should be saying this, but my aunt contracted COVID, and like y'all said, nobody else in the house contracted COVID, but we found out later down the line that what some places, and I'm not saying everywhere is doing it, some places are getting a bonus for finding positive COVID cases. We also found out that down here it's happening also. So it could be the case that people really don't have COVID because my aunt didn't have any symptoms at all. The only reason why she went and took a COVID test was because she had a regular headache, like a regular headache. And one of her coworkers was like, "You should go, get tested." And she went and got tested, and all of a sudden she was positive. She quarantined for the 10 days because they changed it to 10 days. Quarantine for the 10 days. She had not one symptom after that. Not a cough, a sneeze, a running, a liquid eye, nothing, nothing.
They keep changing quarantine days. I forgot.
Yeah.
I came from Jamaica. I forgot what the paper said. I think it says 7 days. Why
Oh,
they keep
I
changing them?
think it's at 10 days.
They keep changing it. It's either it's 14 or it's not. Like,
So it could be the case where it was one of those, oh, we need a bonus, or I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't know, but all I'm saying is they okay. I feel like a lot of things too that she said is kind of being looked over. So I have this friend who's also a YouTuber who vlogged her experience of when she went to Jamaica. I think it was in October. Her name is Shay Stuntin TV. She was actually a guest on the show a few episodes ago. And I don't know, I don't remember exactly what happened, but they had not at the hotel. I think straight from the airport they had locked her in a room. They didn't give her water for hours. She was asking for water. She was so confused. Like, obviously you in a situation, you confused, you want answers, you want to know what's going on. And the guards was literally like looking through the peephole of the door, like laughing at her. She asked for water. They would tell her, you know, deserve no water and stuff like that. She'll be banging on the door and they'll be over there just looking and laughing. So because I seen that video prior, that's why I'm like, let me give everything the benefit of the doubt and just chill out and see how this plays out, because she actually vlogged and posted her experience, and you can go watch her video. It's up right now. And that just made me so upset because I'm like, I could only imagine how things went with Kalina, but she didn't post no videos or no proof. So we just have to go with what you say, which is not credible because you lied about a few things that was proven to be a lie. So that's just crazy to me how they did my friend, who I personally know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how dare you tell someone, how you lock someone in a room and tell them they don't deserve no water?
And it's 14. They just recently changed quarantine days to 10 days.
I feel like if she tested positive, and even if they were afraid to physically give her the paperwork, they could have emailed her the paperwork or slid the paperwork under the door. I definitely feel so too. Like, she has a right to
But
know.
they couldn't be scared to give her the test because they were allegedly bringing her food at nighttime. So if you could knock on the door and put food down or hand me food or whatever you was doing to put my food in the room, you could have put my test results on that
And
tray.
also, she did say as soon as her mother touched down,
That
everything
yeah.
started. All of a sudden, they found this. All of a sudden, she wasn't getting no answers before. And honestly, being alone in a country and you by yourself, you don't have your mom. I'm pretty sure she still live with her mom. It just, to me, she was scared. And now that her mom comes, is like, oh, now you guys have answers. So Shay's channel is Shay Stunting TV. And actually, how do you spell it?
Oh, I just sneezed. I hope it's not COVID. Say hello. Look at Auntie.
Okay. So
Oh, somebody just posted it.
okay. Let me just show y'all oh, we probably could have watched it in here together. I think I
Oh
could.
yeah.
Y'all wanna watch a few seconds of it? Because I think I could do that. Because the way I was watching it, I was just so disgusted because it's like, yo, this could have been any freaking body I know.
I said I felt so the way being treated.
I mean, I know her, but you know what I mean. Like, it could have been me.
Anybody locked in a room will feel. Just picture yourself
And
in jail. That's
it
what I
looks
kept
like a
saying.
jail cell. It
Yeah,
looks like a freaking jail cell.
picture yourself in jail. That shit is not fun, bro. I know plenty. I shouldn't say plenty, but I know a few people that's been locked up or locked up, and that shit is not fun.
Watch this. Oh, we could do that. That's her video.
I've been in this.
Tell me, I'm about to plug out my headphones. Tell me if y'all still hear me.
No. Nope. I don't hear you. Nope. You can hear me? I don't hear you. See, yeah, they saying they don't hear you. Stop. Don't do that. Don't do it. No. Oh, y'all can hear me. Hello, Donnelly. Hi, Akila. Can y'all hear me? Pink hearts if y'all can hear me. Y'all probably should be. I was down and down, flooded down. You know what's funny? Before I even start talking, let me know if y'all can hear me. Drop some pink hearts if y'all can hear me. Why are you so moody? What's wrong? You want Batman? Take up Batman. Okay, y'all can hear me. Yeah. Somebody said just a while ago that she flooded the bathroom. She flooded the room or something like that. That's so funny because that is one of the things that inmates do. People that are locked up, they flood the room to get out the room. They stuff up the toilet, they stuff up the sink and just let it run to get out the room. So that's a smart idea. I would have never thought of that, but I do know of that tactic. That's funny. I'm not sure what I missed. However, being that Kalina is a flight attendant, I'm almost sure she knew the regulations of Jamaica. Yes, she knew. We just all believe that she didn't want to follow those regulations. She did not want to quarantine. And it's okay to feel like that, but you got to follow the rules. That's just it. Yeah, we can hear you now.
You can hear me?
Yeah, girl.
For real?
Yeah, girl.
Room.
But can you hear this video?
Yeah, we just heard the video.
Oh, because I hear it in my headphones. That's the. All right, as long as I can hear the video. Y'all ready?
Since 10 o'clock, bro. I've been in here since 10 o'clock last night. I told them, I expressed to them that I didn't want to be locked.
But just step out, I'm stunting. Queen, my ties them thick like pumpkin. Look pon me, big body jumping.
So let me fast forward a little bit. Can I? I can't. Can I?
And from the closing and COVID-19 testing and
Let's see.
look at those. Comfortable.
All right.
Much later.
Trying to let Knock be in the room, and I literally said I do not feel comfortable like that. Mind you, I booked my flight, I did everything. But I'm on the phone with my sister all day. He's eavesdropping in my conversations. He's pushing me, forcing me to lock the door. I literally said I am not ready to go. You seen him, right? I'm glad you seen him.
Okay, you just said somebody's gonna take your bags to you.
I did not say that. I said I don't even know where's the locks in the room.
I'm talking to you, tell that man
engaged in a full conversation with your sister. You cannot be listening to a fucking conversation and then want to treat her like a criminal because of what she's saying to her older sister. Like, go fuck out of here, bro.
They locking off lights and shit. So y'all, let me tell y'all what's going on. Okay, I wanted to do a trip to Jamaica, back to my hometown, right? I am not a Jamaican citizen. I am a U.S. citizen. However, I've traveled to Jamaica multiple times before. With the whole COVID situation going on, we had to fill out a form, and we also had to do our COVID test, all of that good stuff. I did all of that, received the confirmation, and I showed the confirmation to 2 people before actually landing into Jamaica. When I landed to Jamaica and I'm doing my thing with the people,
They couldn't find my name. It kept saying file not found. Only had a confirmation number, not official code to my phone. Oh, so basically, you know, like when you travel to Jamaica, you're supposed to have your travel authorization. I guess she had it, but it wasn't showing up in their system, so they held her. I think that's what the situation was.
Whatever the case may be, they're trying to fix it. They finally let me into customs, and they're like, all right, all we gotta do is just approve you here and you'll go. So I'm like, all right, cool. Hours pass by. It's like 8 o'clock now. I start to get really anxious because if anybody know me, I have anxiety. So I start to get really anxious, and I started crying, and I'm like, I just need some food. Like, I haven't ate all day, blah, 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 blah. They're like, you're basically, you're misbehaving. What do you mean I'm misbehaving? I'm not a child, one.
Exactly.
And what do you, somebody's crying and having a panic attack, and you consider that misbehaving? Like, what the fuck?
That is so.
So they like, just sit tight.
Exactly. Imagine.
Misbehaving. Am I a 2-year-old?
Traveling alone is so annoying. Imagine they come tell you because you're crying, you're misbehaving. First of all, I'm grown as hell. Like, anyway.
Right, we're gonna get you. I'm here until 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock comes, they like, all right, I'm gonna see if your cousin can go get you some food. My cousin go get me some food, but the only food outside right now that's available is the jerk chicken because everything is closed. Because they waited until curfew to go send my cousin to get some food. Mind you, I expressed that I was hungry from at least 6 o'clock. So I expressed that I was hungry at 6 o'clock. They're basically like, you're gonna get out of here, so once you get out of here, you'll figure that out on your own, like your own food. I guess the supervisor said that they want to refuse me because I should have got my approval before, or whatever the case may be. They will get the food at 10 o'clock. I'm just over the whole idea of me not leaving. So I'm like, all right, since my ride left already and y'all don't know what's going on, just put me in the room. Cool. They put me in the room, and I'm like, all right, I come in the room smells mad funky. One of the beds is on the floor, which is mad crazy to me because who's sleeping on the bed on the floor? The sheets is dirty as fuck. And the door is like a boat, like the door, like basically you can't close it from the inside and you can't close it from the outside unless the person with the key does it. So I'm explaining to I'm on the phone with my sister, and I'm explaining to my sister, like, yo, this shit is really crazy, this shit is weird, like. So he comes, and I guess he's minding my business, and he comes and tries to lock me in the room. But I'm like, I don't want to be locked in no room. Like, that's crazy. I'm not a prisoner. It is our 6th since they low-key detained me.
Ain't no low-key, they high-key detained. I can't even.
And look at this ghetto shit that I have to do to get their attention.
Like a friggin' prisoner. Look at the door.
Hello. Yo, I'm still waiting for them to come to me. You know, I'm knocking on the door so I can get some help, and the people that are not answering me. They locked me in here, and I'm knocking on the door, and they're not answering me.
A little longer.
Now, what if it was an emergency? What if she was having a panic attack? Like, what if it was like a real serious emergency and no one was there?
That's what I'm here thinking. Like, you don't do. Why do they treat humans like animals?
What if it was a fire? And she still has her stuff. What if she was smoking and God forbid something catch on fire? Why is she locked in like that? And she does not have COVID. Why?
And a few minutes later.
Hi, can I have a sheet to cover with? Yeah, and this pillow smells like someone here, like somebody was just on it.
Oh, you want a new sheet?
Yeah, it smells really bad.
Alright, I'll change it for you. Right. Ask your sister if she could ask the consular officer to call you on your phone.
Sorry.
Catch you in the off-duty emergency office at the U.S. Embassy.
Am I a criminal?
Okay.
Okay. Wait, what you said?
I'm gonna ask you not to record my image.
I'm not recording you. I'm recording myself, and I can do that.
Okay, so
I don't feel safe here. I don't know why you're here anyways. Like, bro, they got bugs on my computer from off the bed. Like, this is so disgusting. Like, they got me sleeping with bugs. The fucking pillow I never got back because the pillow smells like dandruff. Yo, this shit that like a prison, bro. That is a whole prison. I'm not even gonna hold you, like, y'all.
Booking feeling. You're knocking and them fucking CEOs just looking at you.
And then people were commenting on the video saying she's very childish for banging on the door. But can you imagine you're knocking?
Right.
And they acknowledge that they see you and they're not paying you no mind. They think it's a joke.
I got anxiety, so I could just imagine myself being locked in there. Like, what?
What?
That's a jail cell. You don't even have space to walk.
Before I left there, shit would have been on the walls. Shit would have been everywhere. I would have I would have did that place. So I'm sorry, call me immature. I would have, because that's disgusting. That's beyond disgusting.
Technically, somebody said, technically that's a prison that she's in. If she's being held by immigration, then she's basically detained. If that's what was in the UK and her taking her phone calls and all her belongings. I know because I used to work for immigration here in the UK. If she was detained in the USA, she would be in a cell too. I don't think they explained it to her. But why is she being detained? Put her in.
Because her number, her confirmation, her name wasn't showing up in their system, but she has a confirmation number showing that she applied for the travel authorization or whatever. However, because you don't have it in your system, I'm being detained and being treated some type of way. This is y'all system y'all created. This is y'all. So because it's not showing up in y'all system, why is she being, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all know I'm not generalizing Jamaicans, but I've had way too many bad customer service situations in Jamaica. I think in this video, there's a part where she put the camera on the little box window and you see the man lean up on the wall and they're having a conversation and looking at her. Now you tell me, what kind of nastiness is that?
That is so messed up.
These shit gonna hold you. They wicked for
Just kind of fast forward.
It's electronic. It's down here. Well, you could charge it.
What you say? Look at him. You see him standing up right there?
At the door laughing at me, and they're talking about they treat the people in here humane. What is humane about this? Now I'm mad. I'm getting real fucking mad and irate. They all hiding from cameras. You wanna know why they hiding from cameras? Because they're doing fucking injustice to the people them. I'm not no fucking criminal. I didn't smuggle shit here. I literally been refused my flight and y'all acting like I'm out here doing crimes. Hello!
I'm sorry, but it's not funny, but
Fucked up.
can you imagine? Like, put yourself in that situation. Like, I would have went mad. And here's the thing. Right? Donna Lee said Air Canada would have never allowed anyone to board the flight if the person isn't approved to the country, because you have to fill out a form to travel to Jamaica and be approved. When I was going to Jamaica,
Caribbean Airlines, JetBlue.
Exactly. When I was going to Jamaica in December, they said travel authorization, please. They asked for it like 3 freaking times before you even get on the plane.
Yes.
And if she comes to your country
numerous times during the pandemic, and it had to be printed and shown.
Exactly.
And shown.
And if she comes to the country, right, and her name isn't showing up in your system, and she, I think in the part of the video, she said she booked her return flight or whatever the case may be, send her back home. Say you cannot come into the country. Why y'all holding her there?
Right.
Send her back home. If you're holding her in the country that y'all saying she's not
Because that was the original thought. That was the original idea that I got from the airlines. If you didn't have that travel authorization, you're not getting on that flight. And if you reach to Jamaica and don't have a travel authorization, they have the right to send you back home. Wow. Wow.
So this is why I seen this video before Kalina's video, and I'm like, I hope this is not another case. Then she started about the room, talking about the room was messy and the water was brown, and I'm like, so
the door so nobody can answer to me. A minute, she's just looking at me. Just looking, guys, just looking. Like how? They're laughing, they're conversating. Look at this, guys. Look at this fucking shit. They got this girl flirting with a man in the corner, like how?
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
To have someone come and check in and offer me water. As you guys can see in the previous videos, I was banging on the door for hours. No one came in to ask me what was wrong. They told me that they was coming back a few minutes later. No one came. I'm just so parched. I'm so thirsty. And I'm so stressed out. You would think I was literally smuggling drugs in the country or something. They're literally terrible. Like, this was such a bad experience. Like, this is terrible. Like, I cannot express how horrific this experience was. Not only was the staff disgusting, but nothing to eat, no water, no nothing. It's 4 a.m. I've been in Jamaica since 4 o'clock, and I've gotten 1 cup of water from these people, guys. 1 cup of water. 1. She literally told me she can give me water if I needed more water. So y'all have water for yourselves, but I can't get no water. I got 1 cup of water from you guys since yesterday at 8 o'clock. And y'all can't give me no more water. That's not water. That's not water. You guys see this?
You see, the man said it's our water, then turn around and point to the sink and said, see your water there. Like, what kind of nastiness is that?
That is so wrong.
Pointed to the sink and told her that's her water. So this
could have never.
Regardless of any type of, her authorization came in late. Regardless, that's not how she should have been treated, and that's my point. There's a certain way of doing certain things.
They would have had to ban me from the country. When they walking me out, I'm spitting on everybody. I'm wetting everybody. Me, I mash up every.
Like the man said, "It's our water." Like,
imagine you trapped in on a that doesn't even look like a queen size bed. So let's just say it's a twin size bed. Let's just say it's a twin size bed because it could be 4, but you're on a twin size bed with like 2 inches to walk, a metal door, freaking gates on the door, on the window. Look at the window. That's a jail cell. You got a sink and a toilet in the room. That is crazy. That will send me in so many different directions. My mind, she lucky that's all she did.
Can you imagine though, out of all the things to ask for, you ask for water. Just water. And that's how that's the response you get. And this is why I'm like, Jamaica, customer service, gotta do better. Gotta do better because she's crying and she's upset. You're telling her she's misbehaving, so she can't get water because she's misbehaving. Right. I'm gonna wrap this video up, y'all.
You guys see this? Oh yeah.
You don't deserve water.
You don't have water to give the girls? Water. Water. This lady's water under the door to get there.
So she starts attempting to flood the room.
Many unbearable hours later.
Y'all, I've been in this room since 10 o'clock, bro. I've been in here since 10 o'clock last night. I told them, I expressed to them that I didn't want to be locked in the room because I didn't feel comfortable being locked in the room. The lady was like, well, it's procedure, blah, 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 brought the cops and was like, you have to be.
You know what? Also, she offered to go in the room because in the beginning she said they kept saying she have to wait, she have to wait, she have to wait, and she was like, okay, put me in the room, but don't lock the door, or whatever the case may be. So after she offered to go in the room, now you guys are locked. Like, it's just a hot ass mess. You guys can go watch the video. She ended up leaving probably a few days later, or whatever the case may be. I don't know if they banned her from going. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but you guys can go watch her video. I'll link it down below after this live is done. But y'all, at the end of the day, the only thing I have to say is do not pass judgment hearing one side of the story, okay? And just because this person's side may be sketchy, this person's side may be sketchy, don't believe none of them motherfuckers at the end of the day. Wait for the facts. Period. And also, Jamaica, please do better with your customer service, because I'm just saying this from personal experience. Like, there's no reason why shit should be happening the way it's happening. Too much personal feelings when these people be talking to you. Well, you don't deserve no water. Like, nigga, who the hell are you? Who are you? That's terrible. So that had happened in America. Big lawsuit.
Exactly.
Can you sue somebody in a different country? Like, what court, what law would that go through? America or the country?
That's technically Jamaican government, so.
But
I feel like there is a way that she can sue. It sounds like we just trying to sue left, right, and center. But emotional anxiety.
And these are happening to young females.
Yeah.
Young females. But guys, hope we can wrap this up. Any last comments? Let's read some of the comments. Someone said if it was their family member, they wouldn't want no one treating them like that, which is crazy. Karma is a bitch, though. So that man, Karma is definitely a bitch. I haven't done a shit in 3 days. Can someone?
And you're really reading the comments?
No. I didn't. Anyway. Yo, the man. Them say you don't deserve no water. Someone needs to send this to Pink Wall. For real.
You send it, Michelle. Send it to Pink Wall.
No, they should have got his face on the camera. That's what should have happened.
She should have been like, what's her name? KALINA, and got everybody named. KALINA, remember everybody named, first and last name. Yo, she was killing me when she was like, Tattie Smith.
From to the tourist board visited me today with Desmond Arnold. She remembered everybody's name.
Yo, she was killing me.
That's why I'm like, she knew she was gonna sue from the jump. She was like, let me make sure I get everybody's name.
But you know what's so funny? That when I was watching that, my mom always told me, like, be aware of your surroundings. And it's funny because every time something happens to me, I'd be like, what was that person's name again? And to see her remembering these person's first and last names, it was like, damn, I gotta do better.
I love my country, but I think Jamaica needs to train their people in customer service. For real, they're so rude. And I hate to generalize it like that, but I've had way too many bad experiences that I'm gonna do that. Hilton was the only time I really like spent my money somewhere and got great customer service. The Hilton, well, I tipped them so much out there. You get a tip.
When we went to what was that hotel called? Rio. When we went to Rio, Jay was like, you know, I tipped them, and I was like, yeah, we should, because they nice.
They're nice. But yeah. So let's end off with a statement about the whole situation. You can start off, Tiff, and I'll finish.
Pretty much, don't judge a book by its cover. Look on both sides, because in the middle there is always the truth. They always say there's 3 sides to a story: your side, my side, and the truth. Always look further into things. Do not, and when speaking on people's situations, do not speak as if you're certain. Please be heavy on the word allegedly because get real.
Also, just because you see something trending, don't just hop on it, because I was one of those people. I watched probably a few minutes and then I shared it because I just felt like, okay, this is legit. But then I went back and I watched the whole video, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that did not watch the entire video before sharing it. That video live was like an hour or more.
It was like 60 minutes and 43 seconds or something like that.
So, like, really, really look into it before you go ahead and post. So, and also, again, I'm not on anybody's side. I do feel like both parties were wrong. I'm not making anyone more wronger than the other. They were both wrong and could have dealt with this situation differently. But at the same time, I wasn't there, so I don't know what was really done, what was really said, and I don't know the facts. I'm just going off what was put in the media. And yeah, also when traveling, be safe and make sure to document everything if you're ever in a situation like that. Because if you come on social media and go on live, we're gonna ask you where's the proof. We're always gonna ask that. That's just Black people. That's just people in general.
People always be like, "Oh yeah, I always a film on, always a video and things are going." But sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good.
Always film, okay? Always take out your camera and film. Don't go live. Film.
Have the evidence.
So yeah, let's read these last comments. Some of them have a strong hate for foreigners, I swear, because even when you land, they just deal with you like you owe them.
Comments of people that's catching.
Y'all, I swear, like that's why it's the you people comments. I hate them. I don't think so. Jamaicans treat each other the same. If anything, they treat foreigners a little better. I think she mean like at the airport though.
Probably.
I won't tell a lie. The live I saw, I immediately judged her and said she was lying. I didn't give her a chance to be honest, but that's not a good thing. I should keep an open mind. That's true too. Yeah, that's all I really have to say.
Yeah.
I hope wherever justice needs to be served, it is served. Okay, and if she had facts, I'm waiting for her to post a video with all the facts.
We waiting, Lena.
Because ain't nobody gonna slander my name and make me look like a liar on no internet. We gonna post these facts, period. And that's just that. Especially because I lost my job. Forget a lawsuit. Let's post these facts.
Exactly.
Period. So yeah, good night, everybody.
Good night, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
See you guys next week, hopefully, because this is a lot of work.
Ain't no hopefully.
See you guys next week, and be safe. And remember, don't lie on live this week, okay? Oh, remember, don't lie, because if you're gonna tell your story, you lie, then you're not a credible source anymore.
Yep.
If you're gonna keep it 100, keep it 100.
Yep.
Peace, unruly.